Hello and welcome to Let's Look At, a series where I take a look at old videos I made in the past to archive for the future. Today's episode we are going to be continuing from our Snoopy's Town Tale archival episodes with the next one on our list, which is May 2020, which is the Tennis Slam update. Now this one is an interesting one because this introduces the character Molly Volly into the group. But that's not the only thing. As I mentioned in the last video back in the Easter update, there was an interesting new development that got into the game. Now, this is still playing with the same event style. In fact, the other video coming up will be the same vein. But it adds something new to the game. And you're going to see what this is. And it's from their other game, Adam's Family Mystery Mansion, which I have covered in the past, so you probably know what this is, but let's just dive in and continue from here. So this is taking place May 13th. As you can see, it's loading in there with the Tennis Slam, with everybody looking happy and Molly's being more crabby than crabby should be. Crabby, this case being, you know, our dear friend here. You know who. I can't think of her name. Ah, the sister. That doesn't help any matters. Lucy. Yeah, it's Lucy. Crabby Lucy. Man, it's interesting how long this loading screen is. I should have just gone... Again, this is why it's on the extra channel, because it's so laxed and lazy. But, whatever. Anywho, as this... You could see how bad it was back in the day loading, and there was no song and anything like that. Which I guess is true still today, which is very odd. In hindsight, I should have cut this bit off. Oh well, we're here now anyways, just we can ignore that. Anywho, as it loads slowly. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Alright, so let's start. So now we got the new event starting here. So let's go ahead and continue. We got a pack. And the new thing that's got added is the Snoopy Box. What's a Snoopy Box? It's basically a loot box. But it added something new, which is costumes. Yes, so now characters come with costumes, and these costumes are linked to animations. So before, you know how characters used to have animations to do things part of the event? Not anymore! Now you need a costume in order for them to do such a thing. And not only that, but old items that used to have like unique costumes to them, well, now you need the costume in order to run it. So there you go. But yeah, this is what the thing looks like. As you can see, some things have changed. So they've, you know, in the future you've seen what this is about. But anyways, we've got some stuff here. So how long have you been playing golf, Joe Rich Kid? All my life. Instead of a onesie, I wore a polo shirt and plateau. I'm sure you're real popular on the playground. Alright, so then we gotta do this. So this was back for St. Patrick's Day. Did you see the sports page in the newspaper today, Charlie Brown? I usually look at the funny pages first. What did it say? A qualifier for the world-famous Tennis Cup tournament is going to be held in our town.
What's a tennis cup? Is it like something for holding tennis balls?
No, Sally. It's, basically put the thing down whenever. I never seem to get any presents. Yeah, Snoopy gets delivered all the time, but I'm not popular like he is. Yeah. Hey, I can't help it if I'm well-liked. I'm popular, kid. Deal with it. But I'll check the mailbox anyways. You know, just in case. Yeah, so this is introducing the Snoopy delivery. Open the box. Yep, and then it will tell you... Oh yeah, and I have to watch an ad, so let me just skip that. So anyways, yeah, it was some brain learning ad. But yeah, anyways, you got that there. And it would tell you what it's all about. Ooh, Snoopy, you should have sent me a gift. I mean, I must have been the best dog in the world. Thank you, Snoopy. Let's just make sure dinner's on time, okay? Yeah, you know, he likes the round-headed kid when need be. But yeah, it's just introducing to you what the thing is all about. So, yeah, It's something, alright, but yeah, and then it's introduced these boxes. So there's a common, epic, a rare, and then a legendary, and then it gives you the percentage there. So some gives you gift cards, other percentage gives you the actual amount of level card system. Anyway, so this is the event. This is how much we have left for it. And, you know, play an item, craft a new item, play a new scene. And then we got, you know, some clay balls, some, you know, this is basically mostly just tennis area. But unfortunately, a lot of this is very, well, I mean, okay, not so much boring, but, you know, it's just like, meh, you know, meh. And this is the grand prize, is this nice stadium, so we need all this stuff here. We need that, we need this, we need that, tennis outfit, and then we need tennis bag. Cool. I can only barely read it from this blurry vision because of how craptacular my thing is. So tennis gym gives you some tinfoil, some cans, tape, tennis balls, rackets, tennis rackets, some cans, some dress stuff. Then we got paint, go into golds, and then it's just, man, it's so confusing with this. It's just like, what am I looking at? It's just all over the place. Oh yeah, and you need that lanyard in order to play the scene. And then when you do that, you get the chance of getting the gold thing there. So, you know, imagine that I used to do the crafting 101s for something like this game here. That would have been interesting, but you know, that's not the life I lived. So, the winner of the tournament could go to the tennis cup?
Yes, but don't bother signing up as I'm sure to win.
I wouldn't be so sure. Pigpen is tough to beat on the clay court. Fortunately, the world-famous tennis player is an all-court player. Good for you, Snoopy. The world-famous tennis player prepares for the tennis cup tournament. But however treacherous he works, his trainer partner never fails to hit the ball. Boy, Snoopy sure is serious about practicing tennis against a garage wall. Yep, of course. Oh, and it's like encouraging you to open the boxes because it's a new feature, right? So it's very weird that the event this time is like, hey, open boxes, right? I get it, alright, but still. When I remember when this update came out, a lot of people were not happy with the idea of like, hey, this animation I used to get stuff, I can't do it anymore because I have to buy a costume for. It would have been, yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. So this is the level in order to understand. So basically how it works is that you get you get 10 cards, and those cards will unlock a skin. Now, you could unlock the skin by just paying premium. Sometimes it would give you coins to buy through, but to each their own. Or you could test your luck and get the things you need, but you're just playing gambling right there. Oh yeah, and by the way, the music's changed because now it's all quiet. Because, again, this was taken from my old phone, which, unfortunately, during this time I still had. I wouldn't change it until, I would say, August of 2020. So, because of it, it has this problem where if I record something for a long period of time, it just glitches out with the audio, so unfortunately. I'm glad I changed my phone during that time because, man, oh man, was that a pain. But yeah, anyways, so like I said before, like the other one, I did not complete everything from the quest. I did complete a bit of it, and I am going to go through a little bit of Molly Volly's quest line, but it's there. Also, again, you get to see where my area was in leveling during this time, so you might see some quest lines revolving around that. But hey, you know what? You could think of it like a Hellgear video, because Hellgear used to do the same thing when it came to, like, he doesn't do all the quest lines, but he does kind of highlight some things that's going on. So yeah, that's the thing about me, though. I've always had this tendency to, and you know, I'm just taking a moment of trying to look at all the characters, see what costumes they got going on here. Some have new costumes, others don't. But, and some of them associated with the event, of course. But, what was I about to say? Yeah, so, the thing with me, I'm sorry, is that, oh god, Farron was a big cat. The thing with me is that I tend to like to show everything, and I wanted to have archived all the events and whatnot, so that way it's like all good and golden, like, hey, this is what it used to be back in the day, and, you know, learn from there. But unfortunately, due to certain things, you know, sometimes that's not the case. I've been most focusing on the Horror Town stuff, so, but yeah, anyways, sorry about the audio. It's all over the place, I understand that, but, you know, can't help it. Anyways, with this, there's a bunch of stuff here that's going to be interesting as far as what is to come up. Oh yeah, and I got the angel costume because of, like, you know, hockey sticks. Hockey sticks. Speaking of, there's Harold Angel over there. Right, so yeah, again, the whole thing is quite interesting as far as how everything's set up. And quite honestly, I think it's just quite an interesting... God, don't you hate being tired and doing this? It's the only time I can do it is when I'm tired, unfortunately. But yeah, anyways, you get to see some of the behind the scenes of leveling up the stuff. I believe at this point I also unlocked... No, it might be somewhere else. Yeah, no, I think it's somewhere else. But in this one, we do get to see a little bit of, like, Fifi's quest line. And, of course, some characters from the past. Like, from other updates that year. So, for example, we got Joe Rich Kid, who was from March. And then we're going to see, I think, Linda, which was for Valentine's Day of 2020, which was... Their gimmick was, it's snowing, right? Because most of the time after February, like once February hits, it's like, greenery back again, right? But this time they're like, nah. Anyways, we got this new, well, there was an animation at some point. It was just like them talking. But yeah, kind of hard to say though. But yeah, I'm trying to click on her, but it's not letting me. Right, yeah, she's, yeah, great, she's glitch. I'm glad to see that she's glitch. But yeah, I'm just trying to recall what back in the day, because it would have been interesting to see Helgear's comments when it came to this. The only thing he commented on was the fact that this update hit, and that he was, showcasing Molly Volly because she was a new character, right? And, they also introduced that she had some competitors during this time, which was... Bad Call Benny and Crybaby Booby. Now, during the future, Helgear does cover Bad Call Benny coming into the game, but when Crybaby Booby comes in, unfortunately that was an update he didn't cover, so I ended up actually going to be showing that off a little bit, so you get to see a bit of that gameplay as well. Anyways, got some days left, and again, I love the artwork that they got set up for, like, these, like, little title cards of, the thing's coming up, right? And that's gonna be the one thing I'm gonna miss after the next update. And you might be wondering what I mean by that. You'll see what I mean eventually. Well, I'll talk about it when we get closer to, like, at the end of that video. So I won't spoil it per se, but, you know, hopefully I don't forget about it, but I probably won't. I mean, these videos are not going to take too long to make anyways. But yeah, we got some stuff set up here. And yeah, again, I love doing this type of stuff because it's like trying to make sure that people are like in the know of what happened here. Anyway, so this is service offer. You know, one of the cool things. And then we got that going on here. Yay! Delayed clap. And of course this thing's also glitched, so don't mind that. Anyways, Snoopy now has his costume, which, yep, so there we go. Cut into audio, so now he's quiet. So now he has his costume, which is very basic, it's just his hat. So now he can do a bunch of stuff, including getting the rackets, which is a funny animation. So this is what happens, right? So he grabs a new one, he gets mad, like one of those tennis players, and he breaks it. He's like, ooh. And he just kind of throws it away. Again, I'll give the team credit. Their animations are cute. But yeah, it's interesting within the new style too, because before last year in 2019, it was all about. Was it 2019? Yeah, it was 2019. The whole thing was all about, hey, this is the Blue Skies video movie version, and then later on to celebrate the 70th anniversary this year 2020. I'm gonna lock Molly Volly, by the way. Give me one moment. I'm going to click on. Oh man, so this. Guess what, Snoopy? They posted the teams from the mixed doubles tournament, based on the comic. You know who your partner is? It's Molly Volly. Yep, just like in the comic. Molly Volly? Yeah. Yeah, so Molly Volly is a big deal, I guess. Yeah. Well, if it's in the fat legs. Yeah, she's very serious. And by the way, she, you know, it's interesting that the designs they kind of take. They take it from the actual thing, but at the same time, they kind of change the coloring a little bit to fit with the game's style. So, this is something she'll do. Let me just get her out of the way. I don't know why she's able to make that still, but okay. But yeah, anyways, we got a bunch of that stuff here. So, anyways, let's just see Molly Volly. So this is what she does. She just kind of plays with the... Yeah, so... Basic animation. Not too bad. Did you fall in love the first time you saw me, Linus? No, you didn't impress me that much. How do I feel when I look you now? Well, I twist around like this, sorta. Hold still. I'm gonna hit you with my notebook. Again, I didn't showcase all the quest lines back in the day. It was more focused on events. We need to focus on events. But back then, it was like, well, Helgir was also doing it, so I was like, nah, I'm good. But I'm glad I kind of still saved this, because if I didn't, we would never get these kinds of videos for this style of event, right? And I know Helgir, when I made the announcement that I was going to do this, he was so like hyped to be like, oh boy, I can't wait to see what what Peachy dresses up like a tennis court girl. And I'm like, yeah, thing is, this is basically just like, I would have done that if this was like a normal video, but it's not. It's a basic video, so basically it's going to be played out like, you know, what she is now, basically her own style in the old days. She's rebranded a bit now. Oh yeah, and by the way, so the gimmick this time around for these events is that they give you a puzzle piece, just like the last event, but the puzzle pieces fit to make the icon for that update, which is this, I think. Yeah, so I decided to throw this up here so that way you have an idea. Snoopy, are you sure you don't want me to hit the ball back to you for practice? World-famous tennis player prefers a rebellion of the garage wall. A reliability. Except when someone's parked in the driveway. Yep, okay. Too slow. Day after day, the world-famous tennis player practices for the tournament. Of course, his routine does not have some drawbacks. For any time, partner can never challenge with his word. Never can serve you anytime you want. Yeah, so... Anyway, so the story mode this time around seems like Snoopy's getting himself ready to kind of do the tournament thing. And I'm assuming when he got Molly Volly is when that actually happened, when he actually won, I'm assuming. And basically the story with the Molly Volly thing is basically playing out word for word like the comics when she was introduced, for the most part, besides Bad Call Benny and, her other thing. Her sister, or his sister. Crybaby Booby, because that's just the topic of discussions that they got going on there, so can't really deal with that. But anywho, with that, we got this going on here. So a bunch of stuff for sure. Anyways, so let's open up another box, the blue one. Nice, we got some Mr. Sack, Mr. I am ashamed. So let me put a paper bag over my head. I'm sure that's referencing something from the books or the show, but I mean not the show, but you know what I mean, like the book or the comics or whatever. So anyways, now she has an animation with Marcy, which is like this, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is a reused animation, because I'm sure that they did this as well with the actual like thing you can get from, I think, the football update. Why did we sit in the grandstand? Let's set the basics in which is one's the catcher. I think you mean the goalie. He's the one with the gloves. That's funny. I've never seen a catcher with 2 gloves. Is he ambirix? I need to stop talking to you about sports. It's making my head hurt. Alright. Yeah, so basically I was solving a quest for this. I'm not very good at soccer. Maybe I should buy new equipment. I heard there's a new soccer store in town. Let's go look for some shows. There are different soccer cleats, short ones, tough ones. What are you saying? And I shouldn't be playing? Again, I didn't care. I was like, no. Not anymore. Now I do. But, you know, if you wanted to read, pause it. I'm not putting effort into this. This is basically just archival purposes. Like, hey, this is what it used to be. This is what Tennis Slam was. Enjoy. Because no one else did it. No one else did it. Normally Hellgear would have done it, but again, like I said, I had some issues. So, and like him, you would have gotten 1 video, I think, for that year because some things going on. Anyways, Snoopy's been hitting the tennis ball against the garage wall for weeks. He's been practicing hard for the tennis cup tournament, that's for sure. But what if his opponent is more agile than the garage wall? Opponent, sorry. Yeah. Anyways, that's his problem. Yeah, here we go. The world's famous tennis player accompanies his manager. They're on their way to pick up the credentials for the tennis cup tournament. Here's the form to sign, Snoopy. Yeah. And I normally have a no autographs policy, but I'll make an exception this time. Yeah, you have no choice, buddy. Alright, so get that, have him do this, and go from there. I think that's the normal thing you can do, right? I think? Because I don't think you need his costume in order to complete this quest, or else if that was the case, then that's kind of horrible. No, I don't think so. It's just to basically go into his house type of thing, which I think that's what he's... Yeah, so this is the animation he has, which I think it's just... I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not paying attention to all this stuff. I should have, but, you know. I'm assuming that's not locked, but I don't know, man. This game was kind of like in that awkward stage of trying to take shape. Oh, by the way, you might be wondering about the borders. I don't know if I mentioned this last time with the border stuff, and the reason why is because when my game archived, or it's saved in a smaller file, but the other reason is that when it's saved, they didn't do a full screen, therefore these black bars are the end result. So, as such, because I'm lazy, I'm decided to put the blue bars there. And until when I zoom in, because then there's no point in having that there. But yeah, so she's doing what Snoopy was doing, but to a good wall. And then we also got this character, which is interesting. I believe she was introduced back in one of the Valentine's Day updates, but then she became one of the permanent residents, which is not... okay, I could buy her again? Why? And, sure, Gabe, sure. Here's a pack to unlock her if you didn't have her, and she comes with some stuff here, and especially like a store that actually gives you for Snoopy Bucks, Beagle Bucks, I should say. As usual, there are no Valentine's card for me, but there sure is plenty for Snoopy. Don't feel bad, kid. You can help it, the dog floppy ears. Yeah. Anyways, again. I'm sorry. I'm trying my best. This is, again, like I warned people. These videos are going to be basically like back in 2018 days, where I would just play the video and then try to read along. This is why it's on the SlopCon channel. It's the extra channel for a reason, because it's like things that doesn't. I'm not. When this is an animation or sneezing, so I don't know why I captured that, but there you go. Cool. Lucy, Woodstock, and Pigpen are already signed up for the tournament, Snoopy. An angry girl, a bird, and a cloud of dust? You call that competition? Games is always part of a tennis pro's box. Whatever. Alright, continue. Snoopy's doing well so far. Who's he playing in the 4th round? Woodstock. could be his toughest challenge so far. After all, Witch can fly around the court, so it's hard to get the ball around. Yeah, but he's small, and he has to carry that racket with his feet, so God help him, he's able to, you know, hit the damn thing. He can fly, sure, but I don't think that's going to do much when he can't do a proper hit, but we'll see. I don't know. I feel bad. I feel like he's kind of like out of his league, but you know, that's the other thing too I actually appreciate back in the day with these quest lines, that I was able to kind of get a bunch of them done, which is good, because after a certain point in the future, I kind of stopped doing it. I was just like, nah, I'm not doing it, until I was forced to do it. And then I was less like, alright, fine. And at that point, I'm like, well, if I'm covering, I might as well try to get everything, because if I don't, then people are going to get mad, right? I gotta buy everything. I gotta spend money. These games, or this typical update, introduced a lot of bundles because, again, the costume stuff. But I was more important of like, oh, characters only. Everything else, don't care. The event stuff with the building your own little icon, don't care. So, you know, it's just that type of stuff there. Right, so now we got this going on here. And okay, well, it's $10, so why not? Alright, so you do that. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, so get to do this. So this is her animation. There you go. Anyways, if you're curious, oh yeah, we got a lot of the... What's cool about that, by the way, is that a bunch of the characters, like, you know, you get to see Truffles and Joe Agath, all those other characters, those background characters, actually were drawn in the background there. Mind you, they're static, but still, it's nice that they got represented here, like most of the characters that were cared about, and then you got some generics as well, so any ones that's not part of this animation stuff, it's kind of cool. But yeah, anyways, why is Snoopy's just shaking like that? When Fifi gone, I don't know what I'll do. What I'll do? What a nifty uniform, but it smells like a bright. Sure. Again, it's cute the how Fifi actually speaks in French, because again, she's a French poodle. I get that, but in the movie, she basically didn't talk at all. Like Snoopy didn't talk either, but you know. There's a certain appetite to slide in the gas, but I hope no one saw me having fun. Alright. Anyways. I miss Fifi already. She curses war, makes star-crossed fools of us all. No matter I shall laugh, no more I shall sing. I will never be the same again. What a big dramatic queen. Alright. Again, I get it though. He's in love. But yeah. Yeah, Fifi is an interesting, weird character, right? It's like his love interest. And what's weird, too, is Fifi was introduced back in the, like, the circus, it's a circus Charlie Brown. But she was actually a normal dog. This one, they changed her to be more like a Snoopy type stuff. Oh, and then there's a space pack, which, I'm not sure why, but, okay, there you go. I guess if you're missing some space stuff, you can get that there. And yeah, it's just for a few more days, so that's good. Cool. Anyways. Get some costumes, and Charlie Brown's a big tennis ball, because why not? Oh well. Yep, so here's the other piece of that puzzle. I got some stuff, but I didn't get all of it. Yeah, so anyways, this is Sally's animation here doing this. By the way, we're slowly kind of chipping this away. Like, we're now into June. So you get to see how much I've just kind of been like, nah. And if you're curious, anytime it fades, does a fade in, it means it's the next day or days next. But if it kind of does this weird pattern effect, it means it's happening during the same day. So that's how I do it. Flashes are kind of taking parts of time. So, yeah. Or transition from the beginning intro to the end intro. So whatever I decide to do here. Right, so we got that. Oh, we got some crafting stuff too. But what's weird too, by the way, is whenever a crafting shop is introduced, you can't move it at all. and he gets this weird looking thing on the top of it, but then after when the event ends, it turns to a decoration, and so you're able to just move it whenever you want. Which I guess it makes sense, but, you know, it's also odd. But yeah, here's the other last one here. Nice, but don't care. Cool. It's a match point. Snoopy sends Cirque aside, and Woodstock returns to hit. Snoopy wins. I'm sorry, little buddy. You put a great fight. Better luck next time. But after I win the cup, you could take a bird bath in it. That's nice of him. Anyways, I think this is the last one.
I'm gonna beat you, Snoopy, just like I beat Sally last round.
World-famous tennis player isn't immune to trash talking.
After I win Tennis Cup, I'm gonna give it away to Cat, so there.
Unless my opponent brings up Cat. That's my Achilles heel. Yeah. She knows your weakness, Snoopy. Oh, I don't got enough of those. Great, so I can't do a blue thing. That's perfect. I'm sorry, Violet. I didn't want to upset you.
You're so rude, Charlie Brown. I don't know what to treat a delivery girl like me. Now get out of my way.
Oh yeah, the weird thing about Violet is that I was learning from Helgir. She's supposed to be like this rich type girl. And she used to have a crush on Charlie Brown at some point. And it's just like, you know, Charlie Brown is just like, you know, my TV's bigger than yours. And he's like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, well, my thing is like that. It's like, yeah. And at one point, Helgir pointed out that he put a bird to her, which is like, well, my dad had this. It's like, well, my dad had the sun. It's like, ooh, okay. Shots fired, eh? Yeah, so we got that going on there. So now it's this June 8th, and we're getting close to finishing the event, unfortunately. And yeah, so some stuff is coming on, but I think we're pretty much close to kind of finishing this, and this is like all that I got, unfortunately, because I've been very lagging. Man, those tennis ball orbit things, God, how much did that cost? That's ugh. I can put this down though, so that's cool. Alright, well, I guess that's it. I can put that down finally, but you know, it doesn't really matter because I think it's about to end. Yep, and sure enough, the same day, after a few hours, this happened. Loading. The horrors! Again! No! Yeah, so it's now June 8th, and update's done. When it wants to load in, I'll show you what I mean. But something interesting happened, and you might be wondering, well, I didn't get anything. How did I get, like, you might have noticed I got some prize items. I'll show you why. Because this lovely glitch. Wait, hold on. Oh, yeah, good, thank you. With that. Oh man, better luck next time. You want to buy it for no money? Sure, I'll buy it for no money. Does it actually work? Yup, I got it for free. Yay! I feel accomplished. It's like when sports, you go in there and you're just like, you get a you try trophy. So, you know, yeah. Thanks for taking the game. Here you go. Here's your trophy, even though you don't really deserve it. But there you go. But yeah, that was the Tennis Slam update with what little I presented. So hopefully that was enough for you. I know it's not very but again, this is why it's on the Extras channel, right? But yeah, anyways, that's 2 down, 2 more to go, and then we have a lost episode to add to the Snoopy pile, and then I think that's it for Snoopy for now, because again, that'll be catching up to everything for Helgir. So, and you know, he's by the way, if you're watching this Helgir, you feel free to add these to your playlist to kind of like add it to like the timeline there, so that way it's kind of, you know, chronological, whatever. I give you permission to do that. So, I mean, if you're able to do that, I think, but I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, to each their own. Anywho, that's it for now. I guess with all that stuff and more, I'll see you in the next part there, and more to be held. And with that, I'll do for this episode. See you next time for some more videos on the archives.